Everyone, John Dar here. Today I'm making another video about Zoro. I know it's only two, but still this is multiple videos in a row about Zoro. I'm not fanboying him, it's just Wano is really his arc, and I have a few more things to discuss about him. And I think the next few videos will be about Luffy and how the fight against Kaido is gonna go, what I think, and how busted Sanji's rain suit is. Like, god damn, this is some bullshit power up, but he needed it. But this video is about how Zoro's strong enough to fight Mihawk. I don't think he's strong enough to win yet, but I don't think he's weak enough to lose against Mihawk anymore. I think it would just be sort of, he would stall him, not be able to overpower him, but he would stall him, and it would just be, and in all reality, I think they're the same strength, so no one would lose, and it would just be like an everlasting duel that's freaking ridiculous. Anyway, I have some evidence to back why I think this, and let's just hop into it. So, we know that Shanks and Mihawk used to duel. This is the manga panel where they referenced it, and after Shanks lost his arm, Mihawk refused to duel him anymore, because he was like, you're too weak, essentially. But they used to duel, and Mihawk is the strongest swordsman, meaning he has defeated people with good swordsmanship, such as Shanks. I believe Mihawk has beat Shanks, and Mihawk is 100% stronger than Shanks on an individual level. Yes, Shanks is a Yonko, but that means he rules over a large part of the New World, because he has he's strong, yes, but he also has a large crew that rules over a large part of the New World, and that's what makes him an emperor. So, Mihawk on an individual level is stronger than Shanks, and we know that Shanks has dueled with Whitebeard, and we know that when two Yonko clash, it splits the sky. So, this part doesn't really matter, but anyway, Whitebeard and Shanks used to, or not used to, but have dueled in the past, and so it is stated in Marineford that Kaido wanted to eliminate Whitebeard, but Shanks went to Wano to stop him. So Shanks and Kaido have dueled, and Shanks obviously stopped him because he showed up at Marineford, if you remember. Okay. Now, it's a huge loop, so it could take a little while. But now we know Shanks and Mihawk used to spar, or duel. I think it was actually like an actual duel. And Shanks is strong enough to fight Whitebeard and Kaido, although Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, and Whitebeard is stronger than Shanks, and Kaido is probably stronger than Shanks. Actually, I don't know about that one. I'm pretty sure Shanks is stronger than Kaido, but not the point. Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, and Whitebeard is stronger than Shanks. To bring us the question, could Mihawk beat Whitebeard? Yes and no. In his prime, not a chance in hell. Like, he would do some damage, and it wouldn't be like he got killed or was. I think it would just be like Whitebeard just beats them. It's not gonna be a super hard defeat like Mihawk versus Zoro on Baradier, but it's also not gonna be like a Davy back kind of fight. It's gonna be just a normal duel, and Mihawk could definitely stand a chance against Whitebeard in his prime, but he's not winning. Whitebeard, at the point of Marineford, Mihawk would demolish him. Now, so I'm trying to think of the order of what I want to do this in, but so Mihawk, I know I'm reiterating a lot, but we'll get to the point. Alright, so Shanks can hold a candle to Kaido and Whitebeard. Mihawk's stronger than Shanks, which means he could also do the same. And the this all link back to Zoro, I swear. Okay, so Odin can clash with Whitebeard in his prime, making Mihawk equally as strong as Odin, maybe a little bit weaker, maybe a little bit stronger, but they're at a similar level. Just keep that in mind. And so Odin and Mihawk are on a similar level of skill, not swordsman skill. Odin's very skilled, and I don't know how strong. I don't know. I'm gonna take back what I said about Mihawk beating Kaido in his prime, because I don't know how long Mihawk has been the strongest swordsman. So, but that's not really the point. Mihawk can't beat Kaido, or not Kaido, Whitebeard. I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. Okay, Mihawk. I don't know how long. I don't think we know how long Mihawk's been the strongest swordsman. He's not beating Whitebeard in his prime. Anyway, back to the point. Odin and Mihawk are on the same level, just about. You know, one might be stronger than the other, but it's really not the point. And so Odin can clash with Whitebeard, and he didn't get like knocked back or anything. He's fully clashing with him. So there's that. Whitebeard can clash with Roger. So as you see, Whitebeard and Roger can clash. That would mean Odin is strong enough to clash with Roger. Correct? Well, there's proof of that. When Odin clashed with Roger, he did get sent flying, which means Roger is stronger than Odin, which would mean that Mihawk is not on Roger's level, but Mihawk is on Whitebeard's level. Whitebeard would still win though, because he has the Tremor fruit. Without the Tremor fruit, Mihawk would beat Whitebeard. So, Mihawk is weaker than Roger, but as strong as Odin. This all comes back to Shanks, because, you know. Anyway. And this isn't, like, exactly right, because Shanks is clashing with Whitebeard with an illness, rather than Whitebeard in his prime, so this is definitely not 100% the case, but Mihawk is still the strongest swordsman, which means he's stronger than Shanks, and I think he's still the same skill level, or still as strong as Odin. He is definitely as strong as Odin, and you'll see why. He's 100% stronger than Shanks, and he definitely could clash with Kaido in his prime and survive and all that. So, we know that Odin is weaker than Roger. Whitebeard is as strong as Roger. So Odin and Mihawk are both slightly weaker than Whitebeard. But they are... Well, Odin is the only person besides Zoro to have ever scarred or damaged Kaido. Well, part of this is because of Enma, and I just remembered the name of his other sword. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Odin and Zoro are the only two people to have ever scarred Kaido. Well, if Odin and Mihawk are on the same level, and Odin scarred Kaido, and Zoro scarred Kaido, I'll show you the clip, or not the clip, the manga panel. This is his Asura, which was the attack that scarred him, and then whoops, sorry. And then this is him, Whitebeard, or not Whitebeard, Kaido, acknowledging that he's been scarred. He said it'll leave a scar, that should be enough for you, because he was telling me he has Conqueror's Haki and all this.
Hey, Common.
You know,
It's me.
as I stated in the previous video. So, what does all this mean? Well, if Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, and Shanks can clash with Whitebeard with an illness, Mihawk is at least as strong as Whitebeard with an illness. Well, he's stronger than that. Because Zoro is strong enough to leave a scar on Kaido. So is Odin. And Odin can clash with Prime Whitebeard, meaning Mihawk could clash with Prime Whitebeard. So, and this would also mean that Mihawk should theoretically be able to damage Kaido. And this all leads back to Zoro. It starts with Shanks, and then it goes to Whitebeard, and then we know that Odin was able to clash with Roger, but he lost. So that would mean that if Odin, who scarred Kaido, and Zoro, who also scarred Kaido, which means that Odin and Zoro are on a similar level, that Zoro and Mihawk are also on the same level, or similar. Therefore, Zoro is already strong enough to fight Mihawk. Will he win? No. Is Zoro the strongest swordsman? No, and that's not because he has... I'm saying Zoro will be the strongest swordsman before he fights Mihawk. He'll just get the title once he defeats Mihawk. But Zoro right now is strong enough to fight Mihawk. And, you know, you might think, oh, well, his Conqueror's Hockey's a fluke. No, I don't think it's a fluke. I believe that because of Enma, he can just use it. And he just doesn't realize it's Conqueror's. There's also a clip from an anime where Zoro was fighting one of... I forget the guy's name. But there was a clip from the anime recently where Zoro was clashing swords with someone and the color of the Supreme King was colliding. It only happens with people with Conqueror's Hockey. It happened with Dofi and Luffy, Katakuri and Luffy, Kaido and Luffy. It only happens with people that have Conquerors. So Zoro 100% has Conquerors, and he can use it efficiently and really whenever he wants. To him, it's not Conqueror's Hockey. To him, it's putting everything he has into an attack. But it is Conqueror's. He'll realize that eventually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure after the fight, or after this arc, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a flashback to, oh yeah, Kaido said I had Conqueror's Hockey or something. And what'll probably happen off screen is Luffy and Zoro will probably like spar to see if they can get the color of the Supreme King to collide. And then they'll realize, oh Zoro, you have Conqueror's Hockey. And, you know, Conqueror's Hockey isn't something you can like train by using more and more. It's a willpower. You can learn how to infuse it into an attack, but that's about it. You can't train it past that. You just have to have a strong will. So the two of them will be incredibly strong after Wano. And Zoro is strong enough to fight Mihawk already. Does Mihawk have Conquerors is the question. That's another thing. I don't know. We don't know if Mihawk has Conquerors. And I'm not sure. He almost has to, considering Whitebeard and Shanks and Kaido and Big Mom and Roger have Conquerors. I don't see Zoro. I don't see if he doesn't have Conquerors, which there's like almost no way he doesn't because he beat Shanks. And if Shanks has Conquerors, he'd be able to do the thing that is shown right here, where they can clash without actually having to hit each other's blades. If Shanks has that and Mihawk doesn't, Shanks doesn't have to get near him. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say Mihawk does have it. If he didn't, that would make no sense. Zoro would be stronger, and he would. Yeah, Zoro's already. There, I guess it's possible that Mihawk could beat Shanks without Conquerors, but that would make him weaker than Odin and Whitebeard. And because because Zoro has Conqueror's Haki, he's on their level. Like, he's not on Whitebeard's level, no fucking way. Like, he's on slightly on Odin's level, but because he's weaker than Odin, he can't face Whitebeard. I also want to point out that Zoro right now is stronger than Luffy. Just for the time being, until Luffy wakes back up and, you know, finally kicks Kaido's ass, essentially. But Luffy is weaker than Zoro, because while Luffy did learn how to, just learn, like 3 chapters ago, learn how to infuse his attacks with Conqueror's Haki, it stated that it was sloppy, and Kaido kinda seemed unharmed in the panel, while Zoro was able to scar him. And, you know, we didn't get to see the fight between Luffy and Kaido 1v1, but Kaido really seemed unharmed. It didn't even seem tired or anything. He said that Luffy learned how to do it, but it was sloppy. And Luffy also knows Rio, which allowed him to go into Gear 4th and use Red Rock, which is a Rio-infused punch, and it knocked Kaido down, but I don't think it really damaged him. I think it just pushed him back. So, Zoro's stronger than Luffy right now. Give it a few chapters, Luffy's gonna kick Kaido's ass in a 1v1. I'll make a video about how Luffy's gonna defeat Kaido by himself. He might get some help, and it's not gonna be like the levels of Thriller Bark where everyone's doing combined attacks, and Luffy just comes in for the glory punch because he's the captain. Luffy's gonna do the most damage. He's gonna be the one mostly defeating Kaido. I'll make a video about that soon. Anyway, it's been a fun tangent. Thank you guys for listening to this. If you made it here, like the video if you like to hear about my thoughts on One Piece and what I think about the show and manga. Anyway, it's been a blast telling you guys my thoughts. Have a great day, everyone.